Hey guys, Jonah here, back with another beer review, and we're back up in Manchester because we're doing another one from the Manchester Beer 52 box, and today we're doing something slightly different. How shall I do this? Let's do this first. So we are going to Seven Brothers, which is there. And if you follow that line, it's in Trafford, or the part of Trafford, Greater Manchester. It's basically west, shall we say, of Manchester Central. And I don't know if you know your legends, but those are the Seven Brothers. You see them over here, Seven McAvoys, they're called. And they obviously opened up the brewery. There are some of the beers down below, and the article's okay. It's a bit generic, to be honest. I'm not sure who wrote this one. Robin Gilmore again, I think. She is on a roll, dude. Yeah, Robin Gilmore. Have to say, she's one of my favourite beer writers, as I think I've said to you before. But this one, nah, not up to the usual standard. But hey, I'll give her a break because she's written some amazing articles. If you don't know who she is, please check her out because she's amazing. Shalom to you, Robin. Right, we are looking at this bad boy today. The Sabro Stout. It's an oatmeal stout, apparently. Obviously, Sabro are the hops. And we've got, let's have a look, an oatmeal stout with rich, roasted, dark malt character, smooth mouthfeel, an old style craft beer. And is that what? Old style craft beer? That's a bit weird. With dry hop addition of Sabro, unique hop that some say is a bit like the coconut. Some say it's fruity, some people say it's creamy. Let us see, dear viewer. I have been trying to work out for ages what the coconut hop is, and it's Sabro. So there you go. Remind me next time I'm tasting a beer and I say, this one tastes a little bit nutty. What's it all about? Sabro. Although could be other hops as well. There is the bad boy. The logo Seven Brothers, Sabro Stout. Pretty psychedelic kind of logo. Just seen down here, it's 5% on the ABV. This is the stuff that it was talking about earlier on, but we've read that out from the magazine. Obviously, don't go near the pregnant ladies, you will explode. What else have we got in here? Ingredients, proper ingredients? Nah, not really. So it's got oats in it, and wheat in it. So yeah, high hopes for this one. Seven Brothers, Salford. It says Salford. Cool. It says Trafford on the map. Now, this bad boy is a little bit taut, so I'm going to do my best to open just a tiny bit, just to relieve the pressure on the can. Oh, getting that smell already. Cool. And then hopefully I won't go all over my trousers again. I've done this a few times. Oh, and it was, look at that, it was just about to jump out of there and get all nasty on me, but I managed to save it in time. One day I'm going to document how I open a can with care. Right, glass, we have the tulip glass, and we'll try and do the pour on camera, which I always forget to do, so I apologise, dear viewer. And then, oh Jesus, look at that. Yeah, no wonder it was going to explode in the can. Look at that head. That's a fist of head. That's a can's worth of head. My God. Right, and because it's such a crazy amount of head, I'm going to do one of these today. As if I'm incredibly shocked and surprised. Oh, which I am. Aroma's really good. And look, see how big those bubbles are? That means that head is going to disappear very, very quickly. So, dear viewer, wait around while I wax lyrical. I'm going to try and swirl this a little bit. See if I can get rid of some of. Sometimes that gets rid of those big bubbles. It looks like a bread. Do you know what I mean? Looks like one of those gnarly loaves. Let's look at the colour. Incredibly dark, which is cool. Right down at the bottom, you might be able to see tiny bit of kind of red, so it's not pure black. And look at that. That looks like almost like a honeycomb kind of thing, like what do they call them? A crunchy bar. Do you remember those? Don't know if you get those in America, but it's a honeycomb wrapped with chocolate, and it looks like that in the middle. Really, really cool. And yeah, look, as I say, that head is fast disappearing. From a fist, we are down to under 2 fingers, finger and a bit. Let's get on with some smelling, smell-o-vision. So I'm getting a game of 2 halves. Oatmeal stout, but it smells like it's got a bit of residual sweetness in there. I'm getting some roast coffee, I'm getting roast chocolate, more like a mocha than an espresso. So this is going to be okay, I think. But I'm also getting a lovely kind of, and it is nutty to me. I don't know if it's coconut for me, but I'm getting a nice nutty aroma from the hops as well. Anytime you get a stout, especially an oatmeal stout, which has got its own kind of flavour anyway, and you dry hop the bejesus out of it, you're doing a kind of cross contamination of styles, if you know what I mean. Sometimes it works really well, sometimes it doesn't. Wonder what we're going to get tonight. Right, I'm going to dive in. Look, the head is fast disappearing. Under a finger now, and it was literally up here. Ridiculous. Cheers and beers, guys. Don't forget to subscribe and please click like to this video. If you've got in this far, how far? We're 7 minutes in. You must like it. So yeah, click like down below. It really helps me out. Cheers, and of course, I've got a beer. Oh, initial mouthfeel was hoppy, then it went really roasty. Now I'm getting coffee. Now I'm getting a kind of creamy, milky kind of thing going on. And the hops are there in the background. A little bit fruity, but a little bit nutty too. And I know what they're trying to say with that coconut thing. It is really a very odd hop. But putting a hop like that with a nutty flavour into a stout does actually make sense. We've even got a sort of, you can see it, a sort of tide line. It's not, it's a bit wishy-washy. It probably won't stay there. But that's what you get with wheat and oats. I think that's where the creaminess is coming from to back up the hop, which is weird. You're putting a malt specifically to work with a hop. Come on, that's genius. Whoa. Tide line number 2. Yeah, there's something else going on with the hop. And maybe it's the interaction of the hop and the yeast, but it's not green, because sometimes you get that green kind of yeah, sort of hedgerowy type of thing from hops. But this isn't like that. It's a kind of sweetness that's green. If you eat green jellies or green sweets, it's got this weird sweet green thing. Candied lime, perhaps. That sort of thing going on, which I don't really like, to be perfectly honest. The nuttiness I do like, and it works. I like what they've tried to do here. They've tried to take the nuttiness from the Sabro hops and use malts, use oats and wheat to kind of up the kind of creaminess, whilst also maintaining a stout or an oatmeal stout kind of thing going on. But that other secondary fruitiness from this particular hop, I don't know. It doesn't quite work. It doesn't sit well with me. Maybe it's just me. Maybe, dear viewer, if you tried this beer, you would have a different understanding, a different experience. And I'm enjoying it, but there's always this. I don't know if you get this sometimes, but when you have something that's slightly different, and there's something there that kind of sits outside what everything else in the beer is trying to do, it kind of unsettles the balance. There we go. That's the best way I can say it. Interesting. And that last sip was a lot less green. It was a little bit more coffee. It was definitely leftover kind of particulates, bit of oat, maybe bit of wheat, kind of in suspension there. They always settle to the bottom, but that's actually quite nice. The only thing is, it didn't really have too much coffeeness there. I was getting wheat, I was getting oat, I was getting kind of coffee. But yes, there we go. Look at that, sort of tide lines. So there's one up here. They're really wavy and bendy. Let me put it back next to my shirt. So there's a bendy one there, and another one there. Not perfectly formed, unfortunately, in the foam, as people often say. And there she blows. Seven Brothers Sabro Stout. I would say definitely worth trying, but for me, it's one of those beers that's a little bit disjointed. And it's weird because I like black IPAs, and they tend to be a bit. It's similar in that respect, and I quite like those. I guess there's too much stoutiness going on there. But hey, that's just me. Anyway, dear viewer, I've gone through the spiel about subscribing and clicking like, but please do it. I will be back tomorrow for Thirsty Thursday. I think that's going to be the last of the Manchester beers. So I will finally be able to do an upload video. I know I haven't done one for the previous box either, but I'm definitely going to do a beer of the month. So I'll be able to do that video from tomorrow because I'll have all the scores in, and then we can start on the Spanish ones and also go and fill in some of those other ones that I've had for a while. And I think, like I said before, I am actually running out of beers, so I'm going to have to do a bit of shopping and try and get some good ones. Anyway, guys, you take care of yourself. Make sure you drink some beer because it makes you smarter. And we'll see you tomorrow or whenever you drop in for another beer review. Cheers and beers.